Fighting the opioid epidemic, a major announcement in St. Louis County today to help in the fight against accidental drug overdose deaths.
Pretty rough. We never seen anything like it before.
I don't think anybody expected it to be this bad.
Idalia continues to lash the southeast overnight as it makes its way up the east coast. Stunning new video we're getting overnight as major cleanup efforts begin.
After this cool morning, temperatures heat up as we head into the Labor Day weekend. We're talking the return of 90s and maybe a chance of storms by Monday.
Taking pressure off you at the pump today, how one gas station chain is offering you 30 cents less per gallon ahead of the Labor Day weekend.
Daycare dilemma. Thousands of child care centers across the nation are in danger after pandemic relief funding comes to an end. What this means for families this morning.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good morning, St. Louis. Look at that. What a beautiful shot.
Anthony.
Straight down
Yes,
Market
you're welcome.
Street, all of downtown St.
Looking
Louis.
east.
Looking beautiful. Yes, looking east. We finally figured that out for you. She didn't know. She didn't know this was from City Park a few weeks back, and we had to explain to her that's from the east side, so now she understands a little bit more. I just want to say good morning to you. It's Thursday. It's the last day of August. Thank you so much for joining us for Today in St. Louis. I'm Renee Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. We do want to say thanks for joining us, including those of you who might be catching us on 5 Plus this morning. That is, a view that you can really put on pause, watch again. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's one that you put on a postcard or a nice picture and hang it up in your office. It's really pristine, you know, when you look at that. Almost pumpkin spicy. With the orange there, you see? Okay, okay. Spice alert.
Are you a pumpkin spice guy?
Kind of.
Okay.
Medium.
Well, you have my permission today to have one because it's cool out. 50s outside this morning, right about 60 at Lambert. So yes, a little taste of fall, a little fall feel for you this morning. In fact, it hasn't been this cool in St. Louis since mid-June. Watch out, Paul. There's a camera right there, 59 degrees.
What?
At St. Louis Lambert. All right, yeah, we prevented a crash. 50s elsewhere, low 50s too, from Flora, Litchfield, Alton, and Chesterfield. Even Sullivan this morning registering a number of 52 degrees. So certainly cool enough for a jacket and maybe a pumpkin spice. All right, numbers will be up near 80 this afternoon. Let's head over to Paul and see what's happening in the world of traffic. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning, Anthony, and he sees everything. Anthony Slaughter sees everything. I'm really confident that he could do this all on his own, and I'm not being sarcastic. Like, you see it all, my friend. Hey, zipper's open. All right, let's change the graphic. You're moving very well on the roadways, and that's cool. I'm so glad. All right, so here, 270 at 6440, you're going to have construction there at Ballast that could bog you down on the highway and has every single morning since they started that project, moving out of the way of the big map. You're going to find that you're moving very, very well. We're just always going to be keeping an eye on 44 at 109 where there's construction. We'll have more traffic minutes away.
We didn't know at the time how important it was to keep prescription medications locked up. So he got a hold of those, and that's how he began his addiction with opioids.
Well, today is International Overdose Awareness Day, and this morning families across the St. Louis area are still healing as the opioid epidemic directly impacts them. We know that in just a few hours from now, St. Louis County will announce a brand new partnership to address and fight the opioid epidemic. Our Alex Fees is joining us live in North County with more on this morning's announcement. Good morning, Alex. What can you tell us?
Michelle, good morning. Here at the Lewis and Clark branch, St. Louis County Executive Dr. Sam Page will join library and health department officials later this morning for the announcement of this major partnership, all in an effort to fight drug abuse. That announcement is scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning. The opioid epidemic is hitting families hard in this area. That information from Missouri State Highway Patrol officials. They say 1 in 3 Missouri families have been affected by opioid abuse, with about 3 people dying from an opioid overdose, oftentimes accidental, in the state every day. This class of drug encompasses both prescription opioids and illicit opioids, including pain pills, heroin, and fentanyl derivatives. Statistics show 449 people in St. Louis County died from drug overdose last year, with 67% of those deaths opioid related. Now, the first over-the-counter opioid overdose antidote will soon be available in pharmacies. You'll be able to buy the life-saving medication Narcan nasal spray as soon as next week. The price will be about $45 for a 2-dose carton, and you'll be able to buy that Narcan at most retailers. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to hear from some surviving family members, people whose lives have been impacted by overdose. Live this morning in North St. Louis County, Alex Fees, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Alex. It's a chance to let your wallets breathe. Circle K gas stations across St. Louis and the Metro East have a huge deal on fuel coming up later today. It comes just in time for the Labor Day weekend.
Travis Cummings is live in South County for us with what you can expect from this pretty sweet deal, Travis.
Michelle, Rennie, this is all part of the Circle K Day celebrations. The gas chain is offering 30 cents off per gallon at the pump for you at participating locations, including the one we're here this morning on Telegraph Road. Now, I kind of want to get you into all of the details so you can know when and where this is happening. Keep in mind, this sale is for a limited time today from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and you can fuel up and receive the deal directly at the pump. And we're helping you save more money this morning from 6 this morning until 4 this evening. You get half off on food and beverage purchases at Circle K. We talked to customers about today's deals.
I think it's awesome. I mean, 30 cents maybe doesn't sound like a lot at first, but when you see that knocked off the price you have to pay per gallon, it makes a big difference for sure. Labor Day is perfect. We're going to be going to Kentucky, so it's perfect timing.
Yeah, if everybody's going out and going boating and everything else, of course it's great to have cheap gas for that.
Yeah, these savings are happening just as we gear up for Labor Day travel. According to AAA, most folks will be hitting the road today or tomorrow to take advantage of the long holiday weekend. The worst times to travel, get this, today is between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. The busiest times to travel tomorrow is between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. Again, today's fuel savings are happening from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. today at the St. Louis metro area locations, and you can find all of that inside the As Seen on TV section on KSDK.com. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to talk to you more about these travel plans that you want to be aware of as we approach the big Labor Day holiday weekend. All right, we're live in South County for now. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Travis. Time to set the clock, huh? Hey, let's take a look at some of the gas prices to kick off the holiday weekend. According to AAA, the national average for gasoline is $3.83 a gallon. In the St. Louis area, that number is down to $3.57 a gallon. And over in the Metro East, the average price of gasoline is $3.86. Now, to find out the cheapest gas in our area, just text the word gas to 314-425-5355, and we will send you a link.
Well, this morning, major cleanup is underway after Idalia ripped through several states on the East Coast. We have learned at least one person is dead, and there have been dozens of water rescues. Overnight, we're also getting some more stunning video, just showing just how powerful and massive this storm is after making landfall just 24 hours ago. I want to show you this video here. This is from Taylor County, Florida. Wow, you can see a plane on the runway just being blown onto its side there, onto its wing. Can you imagine being in that plane and saying, okay, I don't know how we're going to get shelter here. But this is video that has been seen all over social media as well. If you look pretty closely here, you can see a car, oh my gosh, wow, being lifted in midair before crashing back onto the ground. I cannot even imagine. This happened in South Carolina there. 2 people suffered minor injuries. And then we just want to show you some of the dozens of dramatic video being shared out of the Southeast this morning. Thousands of people we know are without power as businesses and homes have now been wiped out from Idalia. This morning, Missouri is also sending more help and resources to Florida as well. We know that any minute, American Red Cross volunteer Nikki Magdich will fly out to address some of the damage.
It'll be mostly flooding and high winds. High winds. So you're going to see a lot of roofs torn off. You're going to see a lot of damage done to vehicles as well.
Incredible. She's going to be in Florida for the next 2 weeks working alongside other volunteers from around the country and some from Missouri who've been down there for a few days now. This morning, the storm has weakened to a tropical storm. So let's bring in meteorologist Anthony Slaughter, who's been tracking Idalia all morning. And Anthony, where's it headed next? It's in the Carolinas, right?
Yeah, it's in North Carolina now. It is moving out into open water. But when you see those images, I mean, you think about why it is so important to shelter in place when we have these hurricanes move on through. Even storm chasers, have to be careful as well. So yesterday it did make landfall. It was moving so slow. It started to make landfall at 6 o'clock, and by 6:45 it completely made landfall. That's Central Time, Eastern Time, 7:45. The official landfall in the Big Bend of Florida. And as you look at the area this morning, they still have some lingering showers and storms. But I want to show you this map because this paints a really chilling picture about all of these major hurricanes that continue to hit the Gulf since 2017, and now we've added Idalia to the list. So living in the Gulf, not as cracked up as it used to be. We'll talk about this and how climate change is playing a role coming up.
Coming up, child care centers face funding issues as pandemic relief ends. What this means for your family this morning.
Oh, that's your new house.
Well, we're losing revenue, and they just didn't pay their sales tax, and it's due.
No tolerance for expired temporary tags in St. Charles. How the county is cracking down this morning.
It's going to be a to buy some beer.